The world is in turmoil and my emotions are off the grid, but at the end of the day, when I sit down to write in my journal, there's always so much to be thankful for. Good day, creative friends. I hope this finds you well. In this video, I wanted to share with you 4 very easy gradient doodle patterns that you can paint with a brush and that you can use as backgrounds for greeting cards. And since tomorrow is our Canadian Thanksgiving, I thought it would be fitting to do something along that theme. So my color palette will reflect the beautiful warm colors of fall. And you will find the full list of colors as well as all the other supplies I'm using in the description of this video. I started out by dividing a piece of 8 by 10 cold press watercolor paper into 4 equal rectangles and masked a border all around and in between each pieces with artist tape. Instead of a pen or marker, I'll be using a brush to doodle this time. This is a number 2 round brush by Silver Black Velvet. I like it because it holds a lot of liquid and that allows me to doodle for a while before I need to reload the brush. I'm using just 3 colors and they will get mixed together to create a gradient as I move through the page. And the patterns are going to be fairly simple, very organic. There are no straight lines in here. I wanted to keep the doodles simple because I wanted this project to be quick. This is ideal for mass producing greeting cards, no matter what the occasion. This is just painting a background with a pattern that is very easy to do, and at the same time having a bit of fun while creating a gradient. So to create the gradient, I have done several things. I am moving from one color to the next. Sometimes I mix them on my palette, and sometimes I made sure that some of the doodles were very wet, so that when I go back to the second line of loops, once the 2 lines meet, they will further merge and create another type of gradient. The other technique that I've used as well is while I am making my way through these loops, I sometimes dip my brush in the water without rinsing it too much, and that dilutes the paint. And so that's also another way to create a gradient. On the next backgrounds, I'm using lines and they're super crooked on purpose. Again, this is all in the spirit of keeping it simple and very fast. Then at the bottom left, I'm going to just, let's call them small blobs. They're not polka dots, they're very misshapen polka dots. And then on the right, I'll have some leaves. And again, all of these shapes are very simple, done super quickly. Growing up as French Canadian, I really don't remember this holiday being celebrated in a big way. I think for us, it was just a way to gather with our immediate family, and more importantly, it was a day off from school and work. But I remember my mother preparing a slightly special meal, which did not necessarily consist of turkey. That bird was reserved for Christmas celebrations, and we certainly did not exchange cards. However, I have many American friends to whom I'll be sending cards to in November for their Thanksgiving, and so I thought I would get a head start. I really like how these patterns turned out. I'm sure this can be used for any occasions by varying the colors. And I thought I was done and going on a tea break, then I realized I'd forgotten the gold. Oh dear. So I'm going to be splashing a couple of dots, not too many because the pattern is so dense. And now it's time to assemble the cards. I'm using a paper trimmer to split the backgrounds apart and then cut 2 pieces of neutral cardstock in half to be used as card bases. I also use a scoring blade fitted in my paper trimmer to help with the fold. And to get a nice crisp fold, I make sure that the bumpy side of the scoring mark is inside the fold. Each painted backgrounds are then glued to the card bases using a 2-way dry adhesive. And this is a digital file with images and sentiments that I created on my iPad. I printed it on 90-pound watercolor paper so it wouldn't get stuck in my cheap printer. And it totally worked, so I'm very excited. And as a way to show my gratitude to all of you, I will make this file available for download on my Patreon page. And You don't need to be a member to access the file because the post will be made public. And I will put the link in the description as well. Feel free to use the file for your personal needs, but I would ask you not to use it for commercial purposes since the images are my creations and I use my own handwriting for the sentiments. Most of the embellishments were glue with foam adhesives, which makes them pop. But on this card, I first added a bit of dry glue onto the background. And then with a piece of linen thread, I made loops just so that it would look as if there's a bow behind the sentiment. And then I added the sentiment over that with foam adhesives. These cards were super fun to make and I quite like them. I hope that you'll give it a try. I hope you've enjoyed the video and I hope that you will have as much fun as I did. Before I leave you, I'd like to thank you all for the love and support you've sent my way regarding the post I made last week in the community. I don't have an update to give you on my health issue, but I am in good hands, so please don't worry. There are more tests to be done to solve the mystery, which I'm not looking forward to, but I'm surrounded by supportive family and friends, which helps me keeping it all together. Don't forget to check out the description for the list of supplies, as well as for the digital file that you can download. I want to say a special thank you, of course, to my awesome patrons for their support on Patreon. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please stay safe and healthy, keep creating, and I will see you soon.